What is this?
It is called Calvin. It is an extraterrestrial organism discovered in Martian soil. At first, it was only the size of a thumb. Biologist Rick tried to revive it with an electric shock. Suddenly, the alien organism latched onto his hand. The stunned prod was snapped in an instant. His colleagues watched nervously from outside the lab chamber. At that moment, one of Calvin's tendrils firmly anchored itself to the base. Rick tried to pull his hand free, but Calvin engaged him in a tug of war. It suddenly tightened its grip on Rick's hand, followed by the sharp crack of breaking bone, and Rick's fingers snapped instantly, the intense pain causing him to pass out on the spot. His colleagues shouted his name anxiously from outside the chamber. Taking advantage of the chaos, Calvin grabbed the broken stun prod, pierced through the protective glove, and quickly escaped from the containment unit. Everyone was stunned. By now, Calvin had already demonstrated remarkable intelligence. It slipped into the mouse's glass enclosure, carefully probing its prey. However, the mouse suddenly bit back. Calvin immediately launched an attack, wrapping itself tightly around the mouse and devouring it in an instant. Soon, the mouse became part of its body. Nick quickly opened the hatch and pushed the unconscious Rick out. By this time, Calvin had grown several times larger and suddenly wrapped itself around Nick's leg. Seeing this, the others immediately sealed the chamber. Nick used the high heat from an oxygen candle to drive Calvin back. With the commander's approval, he aimed a flamethrower at Calvin and fired. But the agile Calvin managed to dodge the flames every time. Soon, the flamethrower ran out of fuel. Sensing the threat was gone, Calvin suddenly leapt onto Nick's face, crawled into his mouth, and ruthlessly consumed his body from the inside. His colleagues could only watch in horror. The floating flamethrower triggered the fire suppression alarm, and the sealed vents opened instantly. Moments later, Calvin crawled out of the corpse, having grown dramatically again, becoming even stronger and more terrifying. It followed the airflow toward the ventilation shaft. The crew could only manually shut the vents one by one. However, Calvin did not give up. Just as the last vent was about to close, it successfully escaped the lab chamber. Nearly invisible now, Calvin could be anywhere on the space station.